Welcome back to the Final 24 Hours channel, the channel that takes you deep inside the last day on Earth of the world's most famous and infamous figures. Here, we uncover what really happened in their final 24 hours alive. Today's video is the final 24 hours in the life of Bob Crane. In the early hours of June 29, 1978, the city of Scottsdale, Arizona, is quiet. Bob Crane, once one of the most recognizable faces on American television, is asleep inside his apartment. At 49 years old, his life is far removed from the fame that once defined him. The roar of studio audiences and national attention has been replaced by regional theater, modest income, and a constant attempt to rebuild what was lost. The morning begins routinely. Crane wakes, showers, and prepares for the day ahead. At this point in his life, he is performing in a dinner theater production of Beginner's Luck, playing the lead role in a small but steady engagement. Theater work has become his lifeline, both financially and emotionally. It keeps him connected to acting, even if the spotlight is much dimmer than before. Crane makes phone calls and checks plans for the evening performance. Those close to him describe him as outwardly upbeat, determined to stay positive despite years of personal and professional decline. Behind that optimism, however, is frustration. His career never recovered from the scandal that followed the end of Hogan's Heroes, and he's keenly aware of how far he has fallen from his peak. As the day progresses, Crane spends time with John Henry Carpenter, a local video equipment salesman he has grown close to. Their friendship is intense and complicated, built around shared interests and blurred boundaries. Over time, the relationship has become strained, marked by arguments and growing resentment. By afternoon, Crane prepares for the evening show. He rehearses lines, eats lightly, and maintains the discipline of a working actor. To the audience that night, he appears professional and engaged, delivering his performance without any visible sign that this day will be his last. The show concludes successfully. Applause fills the theater, and Crane exits the stage to polite praise. Afterward, he returns to his apartment with Carpenter. Neighbors later report hearing nothing unusual. There is no disturbance, no obvious warning. Sometime during the night, the atmosphere inside the apartment changes. What begins as a private interaction turns violent. In the bedroom, Bob Crane is attacked and beaten to death. He suffers multiple blows to the head with a blunt object. There are no witnesses. The next morning, June 30, 1978, a co-worker becomes concerned when Crane does not arrive for a scheduled rehearsal. Police are called to his apartment. Inside, they discover his body in the bedroom. The scene suggests a brutal and personal attack. The investigation quickly centers on John Henry Carpenter. Physical evidence places him at the apartment, but forensic technology at the time is limited. Despite suspicion, the case struggles to move forward. Years later, Carpenter would be tried for Crane's murder, but he is acquitted due to insufficient evidence. The case remains officially unsolved. News of Bob Crane's death shocks the public. For many, he is still Colonel Hogan, the charming and clever television hero. The reality of his final years, marked by controversy, isolation, and decline, clashes sharply with that image. The final 24 hours of Bob Crane's life are defined by contrast. A man once adored by millions spends his last day quietly working on a small stage, holding on to the last fragments of a career that once seemed limitless. There is no grand farewell, no public goodbye, only an abrupt and violent end that leaves behind unanswered questions. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you will be instantly notified of new videos. See you on the next one.